Next, will you join me in welcoming RAFAEL Santana to the podium? He will present the Child and Family Award. I'd like to share a little story about RAFAEL. RAFAEL is the construction manager for Community Teamwork's Youth Build program. That is special enough, but what makes it even more appropriate for him to present this award is that in 2014, RAFAEL was a Youth Build Lowell participant. He quickly began to complete the program milestones, and staff acknowledged RAFAEL's commitment and recommended him to become the program's next construction trainer. RAFAEL is a wonderful addition to the Community Teamwork Youth Build team and is a shining example of making the most of a second chance. It is my pleasure to introduce RAFAEL and to present our next award.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to start by sharing a little bit more about my story and how I actually came into the Youth Build program. So I grew up in Lowell my whole life. My mother was a single mother with 7 kids, so we never really had much. And when we did, it was never enough. So throughout my whole life, I always try to find a way to make ends meet. And it ultimately ended up with me doing 4 years in prison. Upon my release, I was actually on probation. And my probation officer came to me and he suggested the Youth Build program. At the time, I was already working, going to college, and it seemed like a bit much. But who's really gonna tell the probation officer no, you know? So of course, I went down there and I figured I'd give it a try and actually check it out. So when I went down there, I noticed the staff and the way they interact with other students and the whole environment, and it seemed like something that I actually really wanted to be a part of. So I started to join in, and I actually started to take on leadership roles and became a student ambassador and did everything that I needed to do and try to help the students that I seen falling to pick back up and get back on track. So because of that, I was recognized by the director, Tula, and the construction supervisor. And they offered me a position with them as the construction trainer. I still hold that position, and because of them and community teamwork and the Youth Build Lowell program, I actually not only do that, but I run a mentor program. I work with the Restorative Justice Juvenile Diversion Program, and I'm even a coach for a kids basketball team. So I actually owe a lot to Youth Build and community teamwork. Youth Build actually started in 1978, where a concerned citizen who was loving and caring actually seen some teens who were hanging out on the street corner every day. So she went to them, she asked them, if I provide the resources and the stuff that you need, what would you do with it? And they said, well, you know, there's a lot of abandoned houses and a lot of crime happens in those houses. So why not fix them up so that the stray dogs have a place to live, you know? And she said, well, what about the people? They said, well, I guess they could live there too. You know, so it was amazing. The Youth Build program is an amazing program where students can go and actually get their high set, and they can learn a construction trade, which is nationally recognized all over the United States. They also learn leadership skills, life skills, and everything they need to do to turn into an adult. This program is more than just an educational program. It's life. It teaches these kids life. You know, and this is just my honest opinion. I didn't bring any stats or documents or anything. But the reason why I feel nobody was ever successful at changing the world, whoever tried to change the world, is because they want to change it now. And the only way to actually change the world, because nobody has enough time in their lifetime, is to focus on the future. And what's the future? The youth, right? So what John and Dorothy actually did is they created this program that can actually change the world, and is already affecting change in the world. You know, because they're focusing on the youth that are basically going to be the future, and they're developing them into the leaders that they needed to be to move on with life. You know, honestly, I owe you guys my life because you saved my life.